Encouraging sign to see Artem Zub on the ice in regular jersey.
Yeah, for sure. Him and Sandy looked real good out there. Obviously, we'll wait to see after if everything's good, but he looked really good to me out there. And looks like he's good to go.
I just ask you what you thought of Brady Tkachuk's comments Saturday night?
Well, first off, I think, we don't want to focus on the noise, but I think Brady's a passionate, frustrated, he was frustrated after the game, and Brady chose Ottawa as his home for a long time. He works with the Boys and Girls Club. He's all Ottawa, and he loves the fans. And I think, when we have anything where there's an opportunity to sign, Brady's the last guy coming off. He signs until essentially someone on the team pulls him off. So the one thing I know is that Brady Tkachuk loves Ottawa and he loves the fans. And, I think at the end of the day, he's probably just frustrated and sticking up for, his teammates as a leader does. But I can tell you one thing is that he loves the community and he loves the fans.
Do you think you guys need to just ignore the noise going on around you and just...
Absolutely. It's pointless. And we know we've got to, get playing better. Structurally, we were too loose last game and we got stung. But we had a great practice today. And sometimes things happen and you become stronger because of it. And I think this is one of those instances. I think, I thought Timmy probably had his best practice of the year today. It just was dialed in. And I think sometimes, you have to stick together a little more, and then, you trust in the details and the structure of it, and you find a way to get out of it.
I don't want this to be one-on-one, but do you think that you had said the other night that you think the guys are trying to do too much, or they're trying to do too much because they're hearing what's going on around them?
No, because they want to win. I think they want to win. I think, and sometimes you put winning ahead of what helps you win, which is the details, the structure, the battle level, the inch to inch. And when you're winning, it seems easy. When you're losing, it seems that you just want the end result to win a game. And there's a lot of things that happen from the morning skate to the end of the night that go into winning a hockey game. And you got to check all those boxes to do it. And the best teams do that every day. And, and they fall in love with the details. And I think we just got to go back to that. But there's certainly not a lack of effort. The guys had great energy today, and they're excited to get back playing.
Tim Stützle said following that game he doesn't know how you guys take the heat. How much pressure do you guys feel right now, especially when a game ends like that?
I'd be lying if you said you didn't feel anything, but I'm my worst critic. And I want any team that I coach to play a certain way, and to play right, and to play hard, and to play together. And when you don't win, like I said, I'm my biggest critic. I go home and I beat myself up. The noise doesn't bother me. It's the fact that when you're not winning, you're frustrated as a coach because you want them to do what you do and win. But our job as coaches is to get the best out of the players, make them play the best, make them play the right way, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to work with them, and we're going to get out of this.
You said that Brady stood up for his teammates in those comments, but he also stood up for the coaches, for you personally. Does that mean something more to you that he has your back?
I would tell you this: Brady Tkachuk is as good a leader as I've coached, and maybe I haven't been around that long. I've been coaching, I think, 22 years this year. He's as good a leader on and off the ice as I've seen, and he's the guy that fights for the little guy, when no one's around. A kid's getting picked on in school. I'd imagine when Brady was 10 years old and the guy's getting picked on in the corner, he's the one that comes and helps the kid out, and that's just the way he is. And you know what? He's going to continue being that leader. He's going to continue to grow as a player. As you can see, his game has really evolved. But he's going to continue to be a leader that the city definitely can be proud of.
Can I ask you just a follow-up? And I know I asked you on Saturday about the crowd booing, and your answer was essentially, and paraphrasing, I think you said it's about the players, it's not about me. And I think that comment was interpreted by a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. I'm just wondering if you could just a little clarification on that.
Yeah, to be clear, and to be honest, I don't go on anything, and it was brought, my wife or someone said it to me, and I said, I don't even remember what, you're mad after the game and whatever. But at the end of the day, I got into coaching because I wanted to help players, and I wanted to bridge the communication gap. And never have I ever wanted it to be about me. and I want it to be about the players. And I want the players to have success. And I think when you're asking that, I just didn't want to talk about me. And I want to focus on, our players and getting our players better and get them playing good. And never do I want it to be about the coach.
Coming off Saturday with emotions running high and temperature raises, you guys get to the rink here this morning, do you address the team, or how do you kind of go about setting the right tone to get the most out of your guys today?
I think the old school mentality was you get out there and you skate them for an hour and you yell and you scream at them and you tell them to play harder, but nothing gets fixed. The approach we took today is we've got to get better in some areas, and that's what we focused on. And we focused on us as a group tightening it up, do it our way, do it right, fix it, and then get back playing hockey. So I think that's what we did today. I think we had one of our best practices today. We were dialed into all the details. The guys want to win. I can assure you this, that no one's cheating anyone in effort and willingness. Now, our job as coaches to give the right game plan to go out there and win hockey games. And today was all about fixing the areas where we're struggling.
In professional sports, when things aren't going well, fingers are pointed towards the head coach. Always in professional sports. Getting back, there was some booing on social media. People were saying we need a new head coach. How do you react to the criticism? How does it affect you?
You can't let it affect. My job is to win games, and I mean, not always has been about winning games. First off, when I got here, it was about developing kids, and we put our own pressure on ourselves to be good or great at what you do, and that is part of pro sports. And the thing is, I played, I've been around it, I understand it. I understand the frustration from the fans as well. You see the result, not getting the results done. I understand that they're passionate and they have the right to be passionate. But my job can't be affected by what noise on the outside. Because if you do that, no matter where you coach, there's always going to be that. And there's more than ever now, probably with social media, and that's why I stay off it, is that no matter where you go, there's going to be those pressures. So it can affect you. And if it affects you in a real negative way, then this isn't the profession for you. So for me, get our team playing better. Be the calming presence for them and get us going right. And I know what it feels like around here when you're winning games. And it can turn real quickly. And we've got to get back to that.
It doesn't affect you, though, but does it affect family? Does it affect those around you who hear the criticism? You kind of become impervious to it and you can shield it, but how does it affect others?
I think the biggest one you'd worry about is your kids, right? I have a 7 and a 3-year-old, and I was laughing. I mean, I joke around quite a bit, as most people know me, and when people saying, fire DJ, I just said to my wife, I just hope they don't yell fire dad, because then they'll know they're talking about me, So at the end of the day, you know what? That's the biggest thing. Every parent wants to shield their kids, but this is part of the sport, and I think, anyone that grew up in it, and these kids, my kids, will understand as they get older, it's part of it. And you know what? There's a pressure and privilege to have this job, and I'm very lucky. My family's very lucky that we are where we are, and you know what? I'm going to do everything in my power to get these guys going and to do it right, because I know that the organization and the players care about each other, and they care about getting it right.
What is the answer to getting it right?
Do it right longer. When something goes wrong, we just got to stick with it a little bit more. It'll be a boost getting a guy like Zub back. If he plays. Let's be honest, him and Sandy together are very good, and that'll help us. That'll help us defend harder. That'll help our penalty kill. That'll help puck movement. All these things, and sometimes just getting one guy back gives you a little boost in the arm, and away you go. But I know one thing is that there's people that have it way worse off than we do, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to dig our way out.
Speaking of getting guys back, how close is Eric Brandstrom?
We'll see how he was today. Clearly, he was in a yellow. We had Clev and Hammer together. We'll see how he feels. He was in all the drills, 2-on-2s included. So that'll be a big test. But he looked really good to me. I mean, he looked, he was moving pucks, and that's an area, where we need to improve. When we're talking about things we got to improve, is our ability to break the puck out. And Branny is one of those guys that clearly can help break out the puck. He can skate the puck out, and again, another guy that undercover is one of our better penalty killers. And I think we've had a bit of an issue there, and I think Branny's when he does get back, is gonna help us a lot.